ladies and gentlemen. Jim McGinnis coming live from Finneytown High School. My partner tonight is Mario Bartz. We'll be doing the Finneytown Lockland game. Finneytown is coming in at 1-0. Lockland's coming in 0-1 off the tough start opener. Mario, why don't you bring us a little bit more about what's going on with the conferences or teams in the conference, and then we'll get this one started with the kickoff.
Glad to be with, as Jim said, tonight it is indeed Lockland at Finneytown. The Panthers come in 0-1, coming off a loss last week, whereas Finneytown comes in 1-0. Finneytown will be wearing their traditional red and white with the numbers on the helmets. The Panthers of Lockland will wear the yellow and maize.
Lockland set to receive. Finneytown will be kicking off, going from our right to left. We'll bring you a lineup shortly here.
An interesting thing to look for tonight, Jim, is that both teams are very, very young. Lockland has 9 seniors currently on their roster, whereas Finneytown has 8 seniors on their roster. So it'll be interesting to see if the young mistakes and the turnovers happen tonight.
I gotta agree with you, Mario. It's gonna be interesting to see. Finneytown always has an exciting game every time Wade Cross has been producing it. Right now, it looks like back to receive for Lockland is number 24. That's gonna be Mitch Miner. Mitch Miner is actually a sophomore in the back. He's back there with Chris Applegate. Applegate will be starting later on in the defense, we'll see. Kicking off for Finneytown, number 14. We'll get a number in a second. Here we go. Finneytown, squib kick. Picks it up at 15, Applegate. Trying to get up the left-hand side, up the middle. He's got it seamed, he's gonna go. He's got one guy to beat, and that's a kicker. And the kicker is able to shed a tackle. That's going to be pretty embarrassing for Keith.
I think he fumbled there, Jim.
Nice little turnover. Finneytown's going to pick it back up. Keith Souter unable to hold the block on the kicker. Finneytown able to pick it up after a big return by Lockland. Chris Applegate's return all for naught. Finneytown will take over just shortly into the first quarter. We're going to come up with the replay.
As you see right here,
Souter skips a block.
Applegate has the seam. He's got one guy to beat. That is the kicker. And watch the kicker come up with the hit here. Boom, right there. He's going to get robbed by his teammates for that.
Finneytown brings it out. Finneytown going with senior Jason Gardner in the backfield. Pitch up the middle. Actually, it's listed number 33. I'm not showing a 33 on our roster here. Michael Chestnut with the carry. Gain of 4. Lambert brings in the play. Gardner brings him out of the huddle. Backfield set up with Hurd. Fullback number 36 is Chenault again. Looking for the pitch. Gardner's got option himself. Picks up an additional 2. It's going to take it out to the 40-yard line. Will bring up 3rd and 4 for Finneytown.
Finneytown is led, Jim, by a very young quarterback, number 12, Jason Gardner. Just a sophomore, 5'10", 145. He also plays a little safety.
Gardner brings him out. We've got 3rd and just a little bit over 4 left to go. Lockland trying to put a stop. Applegate switches sides to left-hand side safety. Finneytown motion, toss to the weak side. It's going to be stopped short. Actually, Jason Hurd's going to end up losing yardage there. It's going to bring up 4th and long. Well, Finneytown lucky enough to have gotten a turnover after a long run by Applegate, but not able to do much of anything with it. It's going to bring out their punter. Punting for Finneytown. Back to again receive is Applegate. Great kick. Drives Applegate. Applegate able to pick it up on the 10. Circles around. It's coming back up. Makes it up to the 10 again. Breaks one arm tackle. still going, but end up going nowhere. Big tackle. Andrew Ritchell and number 30, Alonzo Willis, in on the tackle. Applegate tried to elude him, but was unable to. Lockland's going to come out. We're just come out with a replay here. Applegate's running around trying to get through it, but just unable to. Breaks a couple of arm tackles. Looks like he's going to be able to make it out the left side, but Finneytown's in there quickly to put a stop to it. Lockland coming out with their first offensive play. Underneath center is Nathan Cromer. We've got hand up, straight up the middle. Mitch Miner out with a couple yards. Miner was able to cut left, pick up. It looks like it's going to be 5 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 5.
Carrying the ball for the Panthers. Tackled
for the
by
Panthers.
Messer. 2nd down, 5 yards to go.
Cromer back under center. Going doubles right. Cromer gives straight up the middle again. Oh, actually, Cromer holding onto the ball. That's a fake. That's a first down. Gain of 6 on the play. Well, Cromer just kind of took the game into his own hands. Looks like a little broken play there.
Tackle by Santino Lambert. First down, 10.
Otset in the backfield. Stanley Hunter wide right. Cromer under center. Gives straight up the middle to Cromer. That's going to be another gain. I tell you, Lockland just keeps fighting on this, Mario. They keep pushing and pushing. They're picking up extra yards.
Panther ball carriers.
I got to agree with you on that one. Looks like it's going to be a gain of 4. Cromer breaking the huddle. He's got Charlero in the back with Cromer in the back of him, in the eye. Give again to Cromer. He's going to pick up another 3 yards there. Fighting out. He's going to bring up 3rd and short. Well, Lockland, after the initial turnover, seems to have been playing pretty well offensively. Good point. Got official's whistle here. Official timeout. Seems to be an issue on the field. Not quite sure what's going on here, Mario. Third and 1 for the Panthers. Go with the full house backfield. Cromer under center. I'll tell you what, I think we got a first down there by number 24, Miner. He was able to come in initially, bump out to the right, and picked up the first down. Ooh, are they going to measure? That's a... I'm sorry, I gave him the first down ahead of time. The spot looks like it's going to be close. They're going to bring it out to measure. See what we can figure out here. Finneytown's looking pretty anxious, trying to figure out what's going on. Steve Thompson looks very concerned. I'm not sure if he's the captain of Finneytown, but it's going to be close. See how far they stretch the chains. Well, that wasn't even close. That's... yeah, but I thought he had it there, and now he had it by at least 1.5 feet. Well, Lockland's going to continue on downs. 1st and 10. McKinney back in the game here. Actually, for Finneytown, this is a really good crowd. Still warm nights. Nathan under center. Give to the second man, McKinley. McKinley able to scoot out. Looks like he picked up another about 4 yards there. Give to the second man, able to make it in. Is that Minor that had it? It's definitely. Cromer's going to bring him out. Again, we're going twins right. I backfield. Minor in the back set. 2nd and 4. Give to the first man up the hole. Boy, and this he's only going to get probably a couple yards. That was 64. Steve Thomas pretty hard on the hit there. Sure, we're going to see Thompson come in here on this. We're going to see him put it a good stop and a little push back. Just keep drive. Coaches always like to see that, especially if they're on the right side. 3rd and 3. Lockland's been successful so far on 3rd down. Going with a strong left set. Cromer under center. Split backfield. Long count, trying to draw him off. Pitch left. Oh, we've got a 1st down and more. That's Miners again. How many yards he's got already? Probably about close to 40 already on a handful of carries. All right, let's see if we can pick up Miner with just a simple pinch left. Able to make a few cuts. Good blocking down there by the left. You definitely need a good block here. You don't get anywhere. Applegate's going to go in the slot back left. Again, we got Miners and Sherlow in the backfield. It's quarterback keeper. He's going to be able to get an Iowa. Finneytown snuffed that one all out. Leading that initially was Dave Herman. I think Dave Herman also had some assistance there from the cornerback rolling up. If I'm not mistaken, that might have been Travis.
2nd and 9.
Kind of looked like that, or I couldn't tell if it was just trying to be a lead block. But more than likely, I would say with a broken play, considering the youth here. I agree with you on that one, Mario. We're going to go twins right. Cromer in the center, gives straight up the middle. Minor able to break a few tackles in the backfield and actually turns it into a gain of 5. So to take us up a little bit. Tackle on that, I think. We've got Michael tackle. Really snuffed that out, but it's a shame Finneytown wasn't able to pull him back in the backfield. Mario, you're starting to see a little bit more penetration by Finneytown into Lockland's backfield. It's just a matter of them holding on. I'm starting to notice that with Lockland, they keep going to Chris Applegate's side. Now with him out here on the right, he's in motion. Let's see if he might go back to the weak side here. Oh, we got our first pass in the game. Oh, it shrinks him out. Lift him a little high. He had some zip on that one. Let's see what we can do. Lockland's going to come out on the right-hand side. Let's. So number for Steve Brown with the punt down to the 10-yard line. Finneytown's definitely got an opening there. Brings it almost back. It's a little bit of swing pass, more straight option. And we'll go with the pass right here. Oh, wide open. No coverage. 45, Matt Warner, way outside, wide open, easily picked up. See, we can't see Warner taken out here into the flats. Just a little flat pass.
Tackle by Chris Applegate. No gain
You see
on the
Warner
play.
release off the line and basically sit wide open.
I like the play caller by Rob Martin.
Gardner puts a good punt on it. You know, good pass. No problem. Gardner back under center. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Actually, no gain there. Hurd in motion. Fake pitch to him. Gardner rolls out, able to elude. Oh, throws high. Steve Brown looked like he had him in the backfield. Kind of rushed Gardner on it. Made him throw a little high. Definitely, Michael Chenault was open in the little seam there. He was able to get the ball, but just threw a little too high for him.
Yeah, that's just an experience for Jason Hurd. It's sophomore. It's tough to throw. You've had some plans to throw. You've only been a sophomore. You see a hero develop in the pros get a roll out. It's a tough pass.
I agree.
And they had him rolling to the right. He's about to get his so they're trying to roll on him for the last time.
Warner split right. Gardner setting up. Oh, he's going to tuck in the runner. He's going to end up picking up 8. Big gang tackle by Lockland. Steve Brown leading the tackle with number 72, Jeff Gertz.
I just saw the Finneytown sideline. All points to the right there. You see the replay.
Gardner just ducks it, tucks it, and runs up. Big hit. Number 36 was also in there for Lockland. That's Finneytown's first down, and Mario, I think I've just a penalty here. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 for Finneytown. We do have a face mask on Lockland on the tackle. Well, that's definitely going to help him out. Well, Finneytown now in Lockland territory, just inside the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Gardner under center, eye back formation. Harris in motion, it's going to be tossed to Harold. Harold down on the left-hand side, able to elude a few tackles, but runs in the sideline. Actually had some good lead block. 36 Michael Chenault able again to hold out another block, allowed him to gain about 3 yards there.
That's odd there.
Play, 2nd and 8.
Try to pitch to the strong side rather than like the running back run on that side. You know, the sideline hitters are friendly, so he doesn't have a lot of.
Definitely. Looks like Brown better scoot back and might be called offsides there. Gardner on the center, going with the wishbone formation. Trade handoff right up the middle, absolutely going nowhere. Number 36, Michael Chenault, trying a gang tackle by Lockland. It looked like their whole center part of their defense there.
That's just a straight fullback dive. You see that line in the last one, fullbacks.
A little difference in size though.
Slightly.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for Finneytown. They were successful last time when Gardner ended up tucking and running. Let's see what happens here. Finneytown's usually looking to pass on this. Warner split right. Tuppecker sitting on the left-hand side. Hurd in motion left. Fakes the end around. Gardner able to elude one tackle. Throws wide open. Oh, man. Marcus Williams didn't even see the ball coming. You know, it looked like Gardner finally did what you were saying about setting his feet, threw a bullet to him, and Williams just looked like he was distracted by some of the defenders
Jim. I don't think he needed to throw the bullet there. He had his receiver pretty wide open. I think a nice touch pass even lead him to the right because indeed he was open.
Definitely, but I think he was just excited about seeing the guy there. 4th and 5. Finneytown's got to go for it. Too short to punt, too long to kick a field goal. Garner going with the eye back set. Toughecker in motion, going for the left-hand side. High toss to Hurd. Hurd with some open room. He's going for the corner. Is able to stretch for the first down. It'll be first down, 1st and 10 for Finneytown. Just on the 25-yard line of Lockland. Yeah, I gotta see if we can bring up the replay here. Here with the high toss, able to turn the corner, just sees the opening, sprints for the sideline. Lockland looked like they had pretty good pursuit, but it was just open there.
That was definitely Finneytown's best play.
I gotta agree. Gardner back under center, 10 on the 25. Straight dive up the middle, Hurd cuts back right, going, able to elude a hand tackle. He's open on the left-hand side. Good block there, no flag. Cut back, Applegate was just taken out. Boy, I'll tell you, David Souter was in the backfield, had him for Lockland, just unable to hold on to him.
It's a brilliant run by Jason Hill. Gets the sprint ball, goes right to the center.
And picks
Go back to the other side.
and picks up the first down. Let's see if we can't pick it up.
This is just athleticism.
Just as slips, David Hurd there, cuts back across the green, picks up a couple nice blocks here. Michael Chenault threw an excellent block that sprung him to the left-hand side, and Hurd's just able to spring it out. At the end of the first quarter, Waycross production, Finneytown Lockland. Still goes 0-0. After the first 12 minutes.
For the second year, Oliver Nissan has generously provided an incentive program for the department. Each home football touchdown earns $25. Each home soccer ball earns $10. And each home volleyball match, one Oliver Nissan earns $25. Then the third one takes their corner to results as well. Thanks again to BODSA for generous support.
I gotta agree with you. We're starting to see some of the backs starting to break through. We're seeing quarterbacks ducking and running and picking up the yardage that they need. We've actually seen some pretty good third down conversions.
Program and Football Mothers Club would like to gratefully acknowledge the generous donation of $25 per touchdown, $15 per field goal,
Well, I think you got to give that 4th down conversion definitely to Hurd. That was all individual. I mean, he did pick up a couple great blocks along the way. Chenault just threw a great block that sprung him for the extra yardage that he needed. But I'll tell you, I'm still impressed with Lockland. Lockland was able to move the ball. Their defense is getting a little soft here, but that might be Finneytown getting over the initial jitters and settling down and starting to, put it to them. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more passing too, Mario. No, it really didn't. But given the size of their backfield and the way their backs have been running, that might be something that they might hold out on. Well, the teams have both come back out for the beginning of the second quarter. Again, our score is Finneytown 0, Lockland Panthers 0. Again, we're playing Finneytown's home field. Finneytown, they just had a 4th down conversion. Garner give straight up the middle. Looks like they got about a yard or two there. I think he got it half. Number 80, Vince Moore, brings in the play for Finneytown. Exiting is Mr. Lambert. So it's 2nd and 9. Lockland trying to put a hold on it. Try to keep this game 0-0. A little bit there. Garner's got 2 guys out on the right side. Hurd in motion. Toss back. Harris with some room. He's going to give a couple yards. Actually, let's see if we can see that one again. Mike Harris with the good cross screen after Harrod was in motion going back to the left-hand side. Just a strict high toss. I agree. Cromer, the quarterback for Lockland, in with the tackle on that also. Finneytown going I formation. Hurd in the back. Gardner rolling out to his left-hand side, looking to pass, and just pulled down. Keith Souders making up. We've seen Keith miss down on the 4th down conversion by Finneytown of being able to make the tackle against Harrod. Comes back here and gets the first quarterback sack that we've had of the game. I think we're going to see it. 4th and 13. See if we can get a spot of what kind of distance we're looking at here. Actually, I still don't. Nope. Yeah, they are. Definitely. Jason Gardner, the quarterback, on the hold. It's absolutely good. Well, Finneytown gets on the board. Mario, what'd you say that was about a 30, 34-yard field goal? That's a nice punch. Selling the cowbells early on. I thought we'd hear a little bit more clanking on it. Well, Wildcats, you know, they're on the board, but the sideline's not too that excited. Looks like they're just taking it mild manner. Trying to make sure that everyone stays in the lanes here. That's the most important part. You don't want the other team to score as quickly as you just did. Definitely. Well, we'll see what happens here. Lockland looked good on their opening drive until they ended up putting the ball. Lockland, remember with the opening kick, would drive it down deep into Finneytown before the fumble. We'll see if they can put in the same type of wedge and get the same amount of yardage, and see if we can get back in a little bit more game here.
What do you expect to see here, Jim, out of Lockland? Like I said, a lot.
Not sure if we have a number yet. Not really sure what the ejection was for.
The kickoff, whether something said or hit, I didn't really see it.
Well, they're pushing Lockland back. Of course, it is a 15-yard penalty. Let's see if we can figure out who's been the person ejected from it.
Well, I think we're going to get a signal from the referees, but if I had to guess, it would probably be intentional roughness.
All right, Lockland's going to bring it out. We're looking at 1st and 10. They're going to be starting just inside their 15-yard line. Cromer under center, gives off to the right-hand side. Handful of blocks, we're out to the 20-yard line.
Just simple off-tackle play there, Jim.
Finneytown's Travis Verser, the sophomore, big guy, 6'4", 35 with the tackle. But again, we continue to see Lockland staying on the ground. Nathan brings out Lockland. Split left of Stanley Hunter. Pump fake, there it goes. Well, Hearn was on the defense. It just looked like Cromer just laid it up there too much, but as I told you, the corners keep keeping up, moving up, moving up.
And we're going to see the replay. We've seen young Jason Hurd play great.
We're not going to see Hurd, who stuck with him, but I mean that ball just floated too high.
Well, that's not a bad pass, Jim. That's really, really good defense. It's not a terrible pass. He had single man coverage, but it's just a very athletic play by Hurd. We've seen a young man make great plays on both sides of the ball tonight.
Definitely on both sides. Chrome under center, toss left. Applegate, he's got some room, picks up the first down and then some. Continues to hold on the ball, is out of bounds. Center move the chains for Lockgate after a pickup of only 3rd and 3.
It's first down, Jim.
That's what I thought too.
And there you see some young fans. Yeah, there's some young fans.
Mario, did she come in with you?
No, I wish.
Lockland's going to pick up 1st and 10. Just inside, that's actually on their 30-yard line. Chrome under center. Last backfield. Warner tries to, big hole. Big move, there's go. First down. I'll tell you what, that hole was just busted open. Mitch Miner with a couple of U's.
And we're going to see the replay here. I'm very impressed tonight with Mitch Miners. Here you go.
Watch the hole that's open. He could actually walk through there. You got to credit the offensive line on that. Pulled down from back by Lambert. That was a little help from his other friends.
The coaches of Finneytown cannot be pleased right now. The defensive backs are making way too many tackles.
I got to agree with you. My backfield, Cromer intercept. Fumble. It's Finneytown. Bad exchange. Just getting pulled away from the center. Lost it on the initial exchange. Number 67 for Finneytown. Nathan Brown able to pick this up. Cromer just left-handed. Tries to fight back to it, but that was a great box out by Finneytown. Eric Ogletree.
You see so many of these kids these days wear gloves. Maybe Cromer should have been wearing gloves there. Just slipped out of his hands, and that's the second turnover tonight, the first for Finneytown. Now they're definitely in scoring position.
Let's see if Finneytown can capitalize on it with more than a field goal. Well, Gardner trying to get the troops settled as soon as the officials will let them. Warner split right, Gardner under center, I backfield. Hand off to Hurd. Hurd gets to the left-hand side, comes back to the right, breaks a few tackles. Lockland trying to strip the ball. Steve Brown on the initial hit. I think he had the rest of his defense behind him.
Play was initially supposed to go to the left. Hurd didn't see anything, so obviously went to the right and just bobbled up.
And I think the only thing he saw on the right was the Lockland defense. We have a flag on the field. Holding on Finneytown, so not only did they not gain any yard, they lose even more.
Where did that hole come from? Who was holding who? There was no hole there, and they're still holding.
Let's see if we can pick it up maybe here.
We're going to do a replay and see if we can catch the holding.
Well, as Lockland discusses it, we're going to see if we can pull up the replay here and see who actually was the culprit. Of course, they never tell you in high school the numbers. But that's going to move Finneytown back to the 50-yard line.
Okay, here it is.
And we're going to get that hold for you.
Runner straight with the handoff. Now Hurd's going to cut back. That's usually where you have your hold. No.
Yeah, we can't really tell there. We're going to go back to live action.
Joyner back under center. High backfield, twins left. We're going passing. Little flat pass. Going. Able to win a few tackles. Actually picks up a couple yards. Chenault with a good move. Just kind of left the Lockland players sitting there in the backfield. Hunter and Keith Souter in the backfield. Keith Souter has been back there quite a few times, which is great penetration. Lockland's going to feel good about that, but he's got to be able to capitalize once he's back there.
That was a good move by Chenault. He was definitely stopped for about a 7-yard gain on the screen, but was able to at least get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, he's going to bring up 2nd and 15. Matt Warner split left. Garner on the center. He's going with the full house backfield. He's back to pass. Hurd way back. You might see a double pass here. Just a back lateral. Hurd able to bring it up to the 50-yard line. They're actually going to lose 4 yards there.
Yeah, when Rob Amadio, he cannot be happy with this. They get the turnover deep in Lockland territory. They get the holding penalty and 2 successive screenplays. Yeah, 2 successive screenplays that go for naught, and now we are left with 3rd and a long, long 18. Don't be surprised if we don't see the draw here. 18 yards is tough to pick up on a pass.
Lambert replaces Warner, brings a play into Gardner. Lockland's defense trying to put a stop to this, capitalize, and try to really just hold Finneytown with that other turnover. Brown on the left-hand end. Gardner back to pass again. Going, lose a few tackles. Oh, he's down. He's going to end up losing another 12 yards on that one.
And fault the Finneytown offensive line there. That is not the quarterback's fault. He drops back. It was a 5-yard drop. And you figure most of the time when you get a 5-yard drop, that's why high schools do that, to give the quarterback some time. He looks right, doesn't see anybody. Here's we're going to see the replay. Now watch this, the breakdown of the offensive line.
Well, you're going to see Carnes coming up from the right-hand side and just taking him down. Just kind of holds up,
Yeah.
distracts him, and out of nowhere.
Jason Gardner's lucky he held on to the ball there.
Able to get off another good punt. Applegate not the receiver. It looks like Mitch Miner and Applegate were sitting there fighting over it. Mitch cut right in front of Applegate, was able to pick up a few yards. Had he kept his feet, he could have actually picked up even more.
Yeah, I think a little miscommunication there between Miners and Applegate.
Again, you're looking at some young guys by the backfield. We've got a junior and a sophomore.
Definitely, that's a good point. And we have started to see, we've seen the turnovers now, we've seen the penalties, we've seen there the lack of communication, the offensive line breakdown. Maybe it is time that the youth is coming of age here.
Quite possibly. Jason Kroner brings out the Lockland Panthers with 6:26 left in the first half. Stiff straight dive to Miners, straight up the middle. Actually, it's a game 7.
I'm very impressed with him tonight, Jim. You know, if you're the Lockland coaches, obviously, you know, we're cheering for Finneytown here, but the Lockland coaches got to say, look, they can't stop this Miner kid. He gets hit, he just keeps going. He's like that rabbit. The Energizer Bunny just keeps going. I know it's a cliche, but they can't bring him down the initial hit. You've got to wrap this guy and bring him down. Arm tackles just aren't going to get it done.
I agree. Miner's only a sophomore. Farmer under center. Three backs, Miner in the back. Counter try. Miner picking up first down and then some yardage.
Was that Jim Kelly to Thurman Thomas on that counter tray? Sure did look like it, didn't it?
I'll tell you, that you got to compliment the left-hand side of the line from Lockwood. Just watch this hole open.
We're going to see, the reason it's a counter tray is because it's a counter. It's going the one way, it's going right. That's supposed to draw the defense to the right, and it just comes back the other way. If it's effective, it picks up yards. If it's not effective, it's a bad play.
Yep, Butch Haynes able to hold off Hurd for him to pick up an extra few yards.
Yeah, the counter tray is one of those. It's either really good or really bad.
Applegate down the right-hand side. That's 5 yards. That's 7 yards. He actually might even pick up another first down there.
great downfield blocking by Lockland.
Definitely. Definitely. Now, is that the lineman getting down there, or are we starting to see some blocks from the tight ends and wide receivers down the field?
Well, it was a nice, there you see Applegate with a nice run. It was some good blocking by the wide receivers, although it's the big guys up front to get it all started. Without them, you know, it's nothing but a guy with a football running around out there.
Definitely. Applegate split to the left. Big hand up straight up to the middle. Mitch Miner busts a tackle, actually throws the guy back. I don't know what that official, they fumbled the ball again.
Wow, just when you thought Lockland had something going, we're going to see the replay here, just when you thought they had something going,
Mitch
another turnover.
Miner just tries to pound through 3 Finneytown defenders, and the ball just popped straight out. Actually, that was a 2-arm straight on it. Matt Warner with the initial cause of the fumble.
Well, we've seen Applegate, the junior, with the fumble tonight on the kickoff, and there you had Miners, the sophomore, with the turnover. So now 3 turnovers for Lockland.
That's hurting Lockland. Every time they get momentum, it ends up on the fumble.
But fortunate for Lockland, Finneytown has not capitalized. They have 3 points to show for it.
Garner back to pass. Warner setting up in the flat, just drops it. Did it just drop? Miner was quick on that. Number 7, Cromer, the quarterback, put the big hit on Matt Warner. Knocked the ball loose, but ruled an incomplete pass.
Yeah, right now, Jim, I think the defenses are ahead of the offenses at this point. Therefore, it's a big special teams play or a big defensive play, as you see the replay. Big defensive player or special teams play that's gonna really decide this game.
Right. Let's see Miner quickly trying to get on the ball in case it was live. Garner under tackle, under the center. Hurt in motion. Hand off to Hurt in the back. No, trying to pass again. Garner's just down. Again, Lockland's defense just swarming in the backfield. They're camping back there. Got to give Steve Brown and Todd Carnes in the backfield again. It just looks like miscommunication. He was trying to get to Hurt, trying to get the ball as a fake.
And Jim, tonight that's the 3rd or 4th miscommunication we've seen by Finneytown. I don't know if you know what's happening, if it's the sidelines or what have you. And there you see Bob Amadio very displeased that time. He said, "Guys, we've worked on it all summer. Come on."
Exactly. Gert's also in the backfield for Lockland. Gardner under center brings up 3rd and 17. Definite passing situation. Let's see if Lockland's looking for it. Hurt in motion again. They're going to give a high toss. No. Takes a high toss. Looking at the flats here. Wide open. That's 1st down and more for Finneytown. I'll tell you, Michael Chenault again stayed there in the seam, sat down. Gardner able to set both feet, threw a nice bullet to him, and Michael able to pick up a few extra yards afterwards.
We're going to see the replay. Chenault, just a freshman. As you see, they roll up the quarterback. That's a nice play. It's worked all night when they've rolled out.
Sat right down there, made sure he had the ball before he ran. Eludes 1 tackle from Lockland. Mitch Miner was only able to put a tackle. Michael Chenault again, this time hands off the right-hand side, able to pick up 3 yards.
You know what, Jim? If I'm the Finney coaching staff and I'm Bob Amadio, I say every time I've gone to the 3-step drop back or the 5-step drop back, we have gotten pummeled, we've gotten sacked. Every time they've rolled the quarterback out, they have picked up positive yardage, or they've had a guy open, the quarterback's just missing. But the straight drop back just doesn't work. And you see a lot though. You see programs that'll roll up the quarterback. Brings to mind the Miami Hurricanes. They do that quite a bit. They've had some pretty good quarterbacks over the years.
Auburn was quite successful last night in their battle against Virginia with Damian Craig rolling out quite a bit.
Good point.
Gardner back under center. Motion to the right-hand side. Chenault off the left-hand side on a counter trade, picking up big yardage and blocks, just eluding people. Escape on tackles, and now it's a foot race. Matt Warner putting the block out there remaining. Touchdown, Finneytown. That was a heck of a run by Michael. Had a couple good blocks initially off the left-hand side, and Lockland just trying to arm tackle. This kid's big.
Here you see the replay. It's the fake pitch to Jason Hurd, then you just see Chenault just breaking tackles. Just a freshman, but wow, showing some promise.
The Lockland quarterback, Cromer, and McKinley trying to just put arm tackles on it. It's just not working. Finneytown's going to be put for the extra try here. They're set to kick. Point after is good. Finneytown is taking a 10-0 lead.
54 seconds left to go in the first half. The score is Finneytown Wildcats 10, Lockland 10.
Chris Moses, the kicker tonight, so he's converted an extra point and a 34-yard field goal. Nice night for Moses.
I'll say, Mario, I'm glad you had the extra list there.
There you see the pride of Finneytown, Jim, the Finneytown cheerleaders.
Well, 2:54 left to go till halftime. Finneytown has been able to capitalize recently on Lockland's turnovers. Lockland looks successful. Minor's just been driving the ball down there on the ground, but unfortunately between him and Applegate, we've just seen a few fumbles.
There you see Chenault getting a blow on the sidelines.
Definitely well deserved. That was a heck of a run.
Sure did.
Not sure of the yardage on that, but I'm going to say it was close to about 45-50 when he broke out.
Oh yeah, at least.
I'm not really sure what the original line of scrimmage was. The Finneytown set to kick off again. Lockland's going to just try to see what they can do with this. Hopefully they can hold on to the ball and maybe put some points on the board
Sure,
before halftime.
with 2:54 left, Lockland showing that they can drive against Finneytown. Finneytown is definitely susceptible to the run, but they just can't hold on to the ball.
I agree. I mean, they get down into the red zone, and it just ends up faltering from there. Again, Minor and sorry, it's Garner in the back.
That's Applegate. And Minor, yeah.
Right. Set to receive for Lockland. Minor has been taking most of these since Applegate took the original kickoff when they opened the game. Another split kick. Actually, it's fallen on early. Touching one of the out men, number 57 for Lockland. David Souter followed on the ball wisely. Lockland will take over on their own 37-yard line. Be 1st and 10.
And in case you're wondering at home, that kick only goes to the 38-yard line. You say, why the squib kick there? Well, it is to prevent the run back. With a squib kick, you're not going to get a run back because the ball doesn't go far. Therefore, the kicking team can get down there and cover.
Definitely, especially since we saw Applegate take the initial kickoff, run it all the way down into Finneytown's territory before it was stripped out of his hands.
Don't be surprised here to see Mitch Miners on every carry. And really, Jim, I think a fake pitch and a rollout, something to thwart the defense. Look at him just crowded. Look at him. They know it's going to Miners, and he still breaks free.
And he still picks up 7. I'll tell you, that hurdle over the down tackler or would-be tackler allowed him to keep his feet and again just plunged into the Finneytown secondary.
You know, we've given praise all night to Mitch Miners, but we've got to give a little credit up front to the beef.
You got to give a lot,
some
lot of
monster holes.
That line is definitely opening up some holes. Toss left to Minor. Minor trying to get out to the outside. Actually picking up a couple yards. Is able to elude the initial tackle.
You know what, Jim? I think we've neglected tonight that offensive line of Lockland. It's made up of Jeff Gertz, Gerald Gertz, Keith Souter, Travis Wright, and Dave Souter. So, 2 sets of brothers. Here's the replay. 2 sets of brothers on the offensive line. That's pretty odd.
Now, Minor just keeps his eyes open, his head's up, and he's able to break the one tackle. Kevin Turnperker able just to put his arms on him. It looked like Minor was really trying to work that corner. Once he eluded the first tackle, the rest of the Finneytown secondary was there.
The beef up front doesn't get a lot of respect or a lot of praise, but as everybody knows, it is them who keep the quarterback protected, let the running backs do their job.
Tell you what, looks like Finneytown knew what the play was on that one. But again, they're just keying. I mean, it's the same handoff. Mitch Minor picked up maybe about 1.5 yards on that one. Jason Cromer getting the play from the sideline.
A minute 47 here, Jim, left. This is big for Finneytown.
And the clock is
stop
running.
Maybe another turnover, I don't know. Maybe it's a little wishful thinking. They've gotten 3 of them tonight, but it's big. I think if they can go into the break with a 10-0 lead.
Hunter wide right. He did catch Cromer's eye early. Tosses Applegate. Applegate able to pick up the first down, which will stop the clock. He takes it to the 30-yard line of Finneytown. I'll tell you right now, when Stanley Hunter went out to the split right, he did catch
Here's the replay.
Cromer's eye. Maybe that was also to elude the defense. You can see Applegate swing out into the flat underneath Stanley. It's a good pass.
Yeah, it's an even better tackle by Kevin Topker, number 34 for Finneytown.
That open field
Yeah,
tackle.
that's tough. That's the toughest thing in football. If he doesn't make that, it could be 6.
Talking about being out on your own island there. Well, Finneytown, it looks to be a call of timeout as the coaches run out to discuss and give a little pep talk and remind them that they're up 10-0 with only a minute 25 left till halftime. Finneytown's defense is starting to look like it's coming apart. I mean, coming stronger here. Starting to really key on Mitch Minor. He's still picking up yards, but yeah, they're putting some decent hits on him once they're bringing him down.
Right, but they are giving up about 7 yards a play, and that's got to worry the Finneytown coaches right now.
Well, they're just playing for the fumble.
Yeah, they'll let him get to the 1 and then fumble.
But I think Lockland will really be holding on tight to the ball. If they can get the ball into the end zone here, I think that would be the best thing for them. Give them some confidence going into the halftime. You know, they've been able to move the ball up and down the field, just they haven't been able to put it in once they get into the red zone.
There you see some of the Finneytown contingent looking on, enjoying a very well-played game tonight.
Finneytown's been looking strong. The Wildcats have been able to capitalize on a few turnovers. Lockland's coming out in the I formation. Cromer under center. It's going to be a toss to Applegate. Applegate around the right-hand side, picks up 10 and more, breaks out. That's a touchdown. Touchdown, Lockland. Kept it on the ground. Applegate with a nice pitch. Eludes a few tackles, makes a few slices and dices, and counted 6.
Well, credit the offensive line there. They got him about his first 5 to 7 yards, and then after that, it was all Applegate.
Oh, I agree.
I think I counted 3 missed tackles there by Finneytown.
That's not good.
No, it's definitely not good. You said it all, Jim.
Looks like multiple kickers. Lockland's got too many kids on the field.
Oh, Minor's doing it all tonight. Running,
is.
kicking. He's playing some defense.
The red Steve McGee off the line. Minor up with the point extra. It's good. So with the minute 16 left till halftime, Lockland finally able to get onto the board. Let's see your guys, the beef on the right-hand side, able to open up oh, that's just a great block. Actually, that was Minor that threw the block on the end. Some downfield blocking. That's good to see some gold shirts down there.
High school news. Open house Monday, September the 8th. Start with general reading at 7 o'clock.
And there, I think you have to credit the right guard, number 70, Travis Wright, with that. Just sustained his block, just kept pushing and pushing and pushing his man back to enable Applegate to get the touchdown.
Well, with the minute 16, you can see Lockland kick it deep. What do you think they'll end up squibbing it similar to what Finneytown's been doing for the most part?
Oh, sure, yeah, definitely. You'll see the squib here. There's a young ball boy.
Well, set to receive for Finneytown is Heard. And it's back there, I'm sorry, with Mike Harris.
Some nice camera work from our friends at Waycross tonight. Wouldn't you agree, Jim?
Oh, definitely.
As always.
Nothing but the best from Waycross. We're having a little problem with the middle camera, but we're getting better. Again, minute 16 left till halftime. Finneytown just hoping to hold on to the ball, put a little drive, maybe put another 3 points on and go in up by 6. It'd be really successful over Lockland, the way they've really been moving the ball on the ground. But again, we've only seen the one pass by Lockland. We got offside. We're re-kicking it back a little bit further.
Well, that's only good news for Finneytown. With all 3 timeouts, it's going to move it back 5 more yards. Maybe get that 2-minute offense working, get into some field position to try the field goal. We've seen him hit a 34-yarder tonight by Moses. Who knows?
That's true. I think it was Butch Haney that was offsides. He might have actually lined up offsides. It was definitely over on the side closest to us.
Well, as we said last week, Finneytown indeed did defeat North College Hill 35-25, and talked to Coach Amadio before the game. He said they're going to try to make it 2 in a row over Lockland.
Well, Steve McGee doesn't get to kick the extra point, but is out there to do the kickoff. I guess he had a little talk with Minor on the sideline. So, at least let me get in the game once. Well, Lockland set to kick off again. Actually, it might have actually been Applegate that was offsides on the initial kick. Well, it looks like Minor had his had a talk with McGee, and Minor's actually going to do the kicking now. He's going to kick up short. Finneytown with a wide open hole. Mike Harris, nice hesitation. It looked like he just couldn't decide. Should he run fast, forward, or cut out to the right?
That's very good initial quickness there by Harris. He saw that hole open up and just darted through there. Looked like David Megan out there, didn't it?
I'll tell you, until he just hesitated a few seconds, and then it gave Lockland an opportunity to center in on him.
Here you see the replay.
Yeah, right there. Harris, he tries to, McKinley was there, but Warner with almost a catch off his fingertips. Garner tried to pump it out into the flats. Warner looked like to be open for a second, but just a little high and off his fingertips.
Him in the hands. Warner's had the dropsies tonight, hasn't he? I mean, they say when the ball hits you in the hands, it was a little high, but they say if the ball hits you in the hands, you should come down with it.
I would agree. We've got 1:08 left till halftime. Harris split right to the side. Garner under center. Looking to pass again. What's up? A couple of people should have had that one. Hurt through his hands. And Cromer unable to pick up on the interception.
Well, it's the first mistake we've seen by Hurd tonight. Played great. We've seen him at the corner position play great, and of course on the offensive side, he's played wonderful. And that time, that was just a draw. Went through his hands. It was a good throw.
Looks like Cromer could have picked up on that interception. If he had beaten Harrod, might have had the whole left side, but got 1:02 left. Finneytown breaking huddle, coming out. Chris Brown flips over the left-hand side. Garner under center. Harris split left, eye backfield. Long snap count. Harris in motion. Toss to Hurd. Hurd out the left-hand side. Back to the line of scrimmage. Picks up gain of 4-5. This is going to bring up 4th and 5. Ball on the 50-yard line for Finneytown. Just under a minute left to go. Actually down to 45 seconds now.
Yeah,
Timeout Lockland trying to stop the clock. Maybe they can capitalize on this punt or get a block on it. Maybe put a few extra points on the board before halftime.
Yeah, if you're Lockland, I don't know if you want the ball. Their special teams hasn't been real productive tonight. They've fumbled twice on their special teams, and they called the timeout to get back on that special team. So I'm sure head coach Jason Roche is telling Applegate and Minor there, hold on to the ball, guys. Let's just get it at halftime down 3.
I agree with you. But I tell you, I mean, Lockland is still able to advance on their special teams. I mean, they are getting the yardage in there. But like again, I mean, they just got to be able to hold on to the ball.
And all proceeds to support the Finneytown Music Program, sponsored by the Finneytown Music Parents Association.
I think Lockland's mainly going to keep the ball on the ground and possibly again in the second half. I mean, there was the one play where they finally did capitalize, especially on Harrod moving up so close to the line of scrimmage on the wide receiver. A little pump and push. Maybe we'll see a little bit more of that later on.
Yeah, as they say, the old adage goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been able to run over Finneytown all night. And really fortunate for Finneytown, Lockland's had their turnovers.
Applegate picks it up on a bounce and goes out of bounds. Tried to do a little dance and just gets nowhere. Takes it down to 38 seconds where Lockland will take over deep in their own territory. A lot of yards to go, not much time to do it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised they called the timeout there. They're not a passing team. They've demonstrated that tonight. being a running team with 38 seconds left in the half, it's a little unlikely you're going to pick up 50 yards just to get into field goal range.
I would say,
but we'll see. Maybe they do have a passing game, and they're going to unveil it here.
I'm going to say we're going to see a lot of sweeps to the left and right-hand sides for the running backs to be able to get out of town. Applegate breaks a few tackles. I think he's still in bounds, but he might have picked up the first down for them to stop the clock.
I think they're going to mark it at the 37. He does stop the clock. He doesn't pick up the first down.
We're down to 31 seconds left. Finneytown was 2nd and 4. It was a gain of 6 by Applegate. Cromer breaks a huddle. Chris Applegate's going to be split left. Minor on the left-hand side. Cromer, straight give up to Minor. Minor takes the ball up to the 40-yard line. It is going to be a first down, which will stop the clock at 25 seconds. But still, you've got 60. You got 60 yards to go with 25 seconds. That was a good idea to come straight up the middle. Most everyone was looking out on the wings.
And I think Lockland just called a timeout there.
It's got to be the last, I believe.
Look at that. Amadio is just chewing in to Tim Browder there, saying, get in those guys' face. You got to get your hands up on that defensive line. You got to fight off those blocks.
Definitely. Lockland's just trying to come up with a strategy that can give him 60 yards in the quickest possible way. Again, down 10-7, just under a minute left to go till halftime. Finneytown's definitely been able to capitalize strictly on the turnovers by Lockland. Lockland's trying to hold on to the ball and actually put some final points on the board here before halftime.
It could be a different story if Lockland holds on to the ball. Obviously, ifs are a big part of life, but if they hold on to the ball, Finneytown might not be as fortunate to have this 10-7 lead going into the half.
Like I've always heard, if and buts for candy and nuts, it'd be a heck of a nice Christmas.
Indeed.
Well, we'll see what Finneytown can do on defense. Lockland set with dual backfield. Pitch to Applegate on the right-hand side. That's 10 yards, and he must have stepped out of bounds because we do have whistles. Well, I'll tell you, he was sprinting down the right-hand side trying to tiptoe it. Does stop the clock after he picks up the first down. Actually, they were going to say, no, stepped out early. Missed that one, Mario.
Let's pick up about 4 on the play to bring up 2nd and 6 with just about 20 seconds left in the game. Ball spotted at about the Lockland 44.
Minor on the left-hand side. Set up his end. That's their second pass. That's no catch.
Well, maybe that's why that's only their second pass tonight, Jim.
With 15 seconds left, Lockland's down in the final seconds, just trying to get down to some either field goal range or see if they can put some extra points on the board. To our fine halftime show by the Finneytown Band. Brown out for Lockland. Split left. It's going to be Stanley Hunter. Minor in the backfield. As usual, Applegate split right.
Yeah, watch Applegate here. I have a feeling they're going to go deep to him.
Applegate hit in the head.
There's a flag on the play, Jim. We're going to have to wait and see what exactly the flag is, yeah.
That was thrown by the back official.
I think it's been necessary roughness on Finneytown. I think they hit. Yep, indeed it is. It's unnecessary roughness on the far sidelines there, Jim.
Well, that definitely helped out with only 11 seconds left. Lockland could use the 15 yards. That will give them a first down.
They see Steve Thompson trying to plead his case to the Zebras to no avail. It's going to be 15 yards tacked on for Lockland.
Unnecessary roughness?
Unnecessary roughness to call. That puts Lockland definitely inside. Finneytown, you're going to be on the 42-yard line again. 11 seconds left to go to halftime. Finneytown comes out. Applegate split on left. Minor in the backfield. Culver under center.
There's movement on the offensive
There was
line
a
for
couple
Lockland.
movements on them.
Yeah. I think they're going to get Stanley Hunter, number 22, with the movement there. Kind of flinched. Yeah, definitely. There you see the call.
Well, that's going to hurt. I didn't move him back. Move him back
That almost negates the 15-yard unnecessary roughness call just a minute ago.
But luckily, no time runs off the clock. 11 seconds left for Lockland to put some additional points on the board, try to get themselves back into either a tie or to take the lead for the first time in the game. Minor comes split left. Mike Sherlow in the backfield.
Jim Minor's going to have single coverage.
Comer unable to get out and is taken down by Finneytown. That's going to run the clock right there. Unless Finneytown decides to stop it. That's halftime. Halftime. Finneytown 10. Lockland 7. We'll be right back in the second half after this message.
At the end of the first half, Finneytown.
to the second half action between Finneytown Wildcats and the Lockland Panthers. I want to quickly go over Finneytown and Lockland's yardage from the first half. Finneytown had a number of 21 passes for 116 yards. Lockland, on the other hand, had 194 yards rushing, 15 yards passing. Actually, they might look for a little bit more passing coming out in the second half from Lockland, though they were pounding it out on the ground early on.
That's a staggering amount of rushing yards tonight, Jim. 194.
I gotta totally agree with you. Finneytown lucky with those, just to have a couple turnovers that kept it in their favor. But you know, you were mentioning before that Minor's picking up what, about 7-8 yards a game. I mean, per carry.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. It was pretty obvious that that Lockland intended to run the ball today, and it's exactly what they're doing. The offensive line is killing the Finneytown defensive line. But as we say, it's the scoreboard that counts. It is 10-7 Finneytown. 3 turnovers have helped Finneytown take the lead. And there you see Bob Amadio trying to fire up the troops.
And lead them back here to the sidelines. Again, Finneytown able to capitalize on the turnovers that we've seen by Lockland. Lockland looks very strong on the ground, but just having difficulties holding on to the ball in the final seconds. I think you were also talking about the special teams for Lockland also being very disappointing.
Yeah, they've had some miscommunications. They fumbled, obviously, the opening. As you see Jason Gardner warming up, they fumbled the opening kickoff. Special teams is just as important as offense and defense. It's often overlooked. It's kind of the redheaded stepchild of football, but it is very important. You hear coaches harp on it all the time, and tonight it has failed Lockland.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. Now Lockland's going to kick off after receiving the initial kickoff, the opening of the game. Again, that was Chris Applegate that took it deep into Finneytown territory before handing it over to Finneytown on the gang tackle. We've been able to see Lockland pin down Finneytown on a defensive side for the special teams. Finneytown not getting a lot of yards after they received the ball.
Yeah, Jim, I think expect much of the same in the second half. Lockland looks like they're just going to stay on the ground, and why not? 194 rushing yards is a heck of a lot. And Finneytown looks like they're going to mix it up some more. I look for Gardner, the quarterback, to maybe settle down a little more. I like it when they when you make him roll out. When he drops straight back, he just has no time to pass. He's short up there, and he really can't see over his offensive linemen. So it's good that they do roll him out. I think you're going to see more of that. You're going to see more sprint draws, and it should be a good second half of football here.
Lockland kind of liked it when he did roll out. They had a better shot at him. And then not only that, but when he threw the screen passes there at the end of the second half, when they ended up losing.
Yeah, I don't like that screen either on the rollout. I think you got to look downfield.
That didn't make sense unless they're setting it up for a double pass.
Yeah, I think you said it the one time. It did look like a double pass, but we haven't seen it yet.
Well, Finneytown going again to receive back in is Herod and Mike Harris. Set to kick off is Minor, squibs it down. It's picked up by an up man. Finneytown brings it up the right-hand side, breaks a couple tackles, and is actually gang tackled just over the 40-yard line.
That's Santino Lambert. It's the first time we've called number 21 tonight. We haven't seen him on offense, but we have seen him play some pretty good defense there.
On defense, he's been strong. Picks up the ball there, actually moves it up a couple yards. Finneytown will take over for its first possession in the second half on their own 40-yard line. Lockland's defense bringing it up. Now, we saw a lot of passing early on from Finneytown. Imagine we'll continue to see that. Lockland spreads up and playing close to the line. Matt Warner on the right-hand side. With a little distraction. That was Hurd. Hurd with a gain of 4.
Start out in the wishbone with Warner. Split to the right side. Give it to the deep back Hurd. Picks up about 3 or 4 on the play. And Santino Lambert's in the game for the first time on offense, as you see him split left.
Well, he's split left. Gardner under center. They're going to go with a full house backfield. Gardner with the call. Lockland looks like they're going to be bringing a blitz. Given to the second man through. Big break outside. That was Ogletree for Finneytown. You see Ogletree breaking out on the right-hand side. Now, again, you're talking about your lineman making the initial blocks that are opening up the holes. He's a good 5 yards into the back, into Lockland's secondary before he's touched.
Yeah, that's the first time we've called Ogletree on the night. Just simple, go off right tackle. They pin their guys, and he just does the rest.
Well, first and 10, Finneytown inside Lockland's territory. Panthers trying to put a defensive stand, bringing everyone up on the line. Garner on the center. Ogletree in motion. Actually, Ogletree again with a few tackles. Breaks a few tackles and able to pick up a few more yards. Moves the sticks.
Well, so far a nice open. Here's a replay of it. But so far a nice opening drive here by the Wildcats. And they've done this a lot tonight. They have had some good drives.
Oh, get away with the face mask on that.
Yeah, very nearly getting the face mask penalty was Todd Carnes, but fortunate for Lockland, he was not flagged.
Gunner in center. Well, I tell you, it looks like he's about ready to fall down. Almost pulls Lockland off the sides. Miscommunication in the backfield. Still able to pick up. I can give him a yard or so.
I don't think that's the way the play was drawn up.
I tell you what, it's been 3 straight gives to Ogletree. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 3.
The Wildcats, Jim, tonight they've stopped themselves more than anything. They have put some drives together. They've kind of stalled around the 30-yard line. They've got, the stupid penalty, the turnover, or right there, the miscommunication.
Garner usually likes to throw a little fade there, but doesn't. Gives the trip. Kurt's got the first down. And takes it out to about the 30-yard line. Up to say he's down, so take it into the 34-yard line. Finneytown continuing to move the chains here.
Sure, they're going exclusively to the run. They're running off tackle. Lockland is keeping 8 men in the box, and anytime you do that, traditional football sense says we'll go off tackle, and that's exactly what Finneytown's doing. Thus, they're picking up yardage.
They've been successful so far on this opening
I'd still like to
drive.
see the rollout or the play action. I think you're going to get them.
Straight give up to the middle. That's Chenault's first carry in the second half. He had quite a few in the first with some good yardage. Getting a lot of...
We're going to see the replay thanks to the fine folks of Waycross. Chenault just heads up running, just
he's just
bowling
not even
people.
touched until he's deep into the secondary. He's going to bring up second and short.
I'm really impressed with him tonight.
Chenault almost picked up the first down on his own. I'd say he probably could have wasted one here. Garner under center, 2nd and 1.
Watch the receiver up at the top. Watch the receiver up at the top, Jim.
Straight give up to Chenault off the left-hand side. Has the first down. Still breaking tackles. He's going to pick up 3. Just kept on moving to the left-hand side.
Well, coming out this second half, Jim, we said that Lockland was tearing up the Finneytown defense with the run. Now it seems that the Wildcats are tearing up the Panthers.
Definitely, without a doubt. Ogletree with the motion there, and allowed Chenault to go back to the left-hand side, pick up the first down, move the chains. Finneytown continuing to stay strong on this, keeping it on the ground so far, which was a little surprising, especially with the amount of passing they did early in the first half.
Yeah, it is surprising, but I think the coaching staff of Finneytown is saying, we're picking up good yardage. Why break this trend? Just keep going with what's got you here.
Garner looking for Lambert in the corner, wide open, touchdown! Touchdown, Finneytown! Lambert snuck out on the right-hand side, did a post pattern. Garner able to buy some time, laid it out to the corner. Garner was just a perfect throw, and Lambert able to run right underneath it.
We're going to look at the replay. As I said,
Garner
they roll up.
Does buy some time.
When they roll out the quarterback, good things happen.
Finneytown in for the extra point. Moss, who understands also the sweeper for the soccer team, boosts that one through, and Finneytown picks up the extra point, and it's now taking a 17-7 lead. Quite an impressive drive on the opening kickoff. Able to continue to move the ball down. Had some nice runs by multiple running backs there between Ogletree and Chenault.
That play was perfectly drawn up. They rolled out the quarterback to the right. They had Lambert on single coverage, and Gardner just threw it out there for him to run under it. And indeed, that's what happened. He gave him a 17-7 lead.
Not sure, but I don't really remember Garner hitting that receiver on a regular basis. It seems that he's been looking a lot to Warner early on. Trying to mix it up, we're seeing here in the second half, as we saw, Ogletree getting the ball a little bit more. The first, 4 or 5 handoffs were all him. And then I don't know if they thought Lockland would be sitting there keen on Chenault or what have you, but it did enable Finneytown to pick up the yardage.
Well, that's a good play. That's a good point. But what happened there, because they were running so much, the safeties of Lockland had to cheat up to stop that run because they were just getting killed. He gets single coverage. Good things happen when you get single coverage. The corner was clearly beat. Touchdown, Finneytown.
Finneytown to kick off here. Swift kick goes past. Applegate able to pick it up, running up the right-hand side. Takes it up to the 35-yard line before being forced out of bounds. Lockland will take over 1st and 10. We do have a flag on the field.
Well, now the Panthers got some work to do. They're in a 10-0 hole, and as they like to say, they've got to scratch their way out of it.
They've got an even bigger hole now, as they got holding on the return by Lockland Panthers. That'll move them back another 10 yards. They'll be starting off on their own 25-yard line. Opening drive for Finneytown, just over 4 minutes. Able to beat some time off the clock. And all capped by that good pass by Garner to the end zone. Now Lockland again had, 194 yards?
Yeah, definitely. And Lockland definitely is not out of it. They're only down 10 points. If they can hold on to the ball, we're going to have a dogfight to the end. Or in this case, the Wildcats and the Panthers, a cat fight.
There you go. Miner with a good run off the right-hand side. He's going to pick up about 6 there. Finneytown being able to stop him, but again, Miner's got 6, 7 yards on almost every carry.
Sure. Finneytown right now, if you're the coaching staff, what do you do? They're stacking guys in the box, and they're still not able to defend the run. And right now, you're just looking for the turnover. That's what saved them all night. Very fortunate to this point are the Wildcats.
Applegate split left. Miner in the backfield. Give quickly to
Beautiful
Miner.
running by Miner.
Miner's just spinning off of tackles. Again, moving the chains.
Yeah, spinning and juking and spinning there. There you see, watch with the juke. Here comes the spin. This is pure instinct, folks. Watch, he gets hit. You don't teach that, that's instinct. You're born with that.
Gotta agree with you. Cromer brings up Lockland. Traditional set, toss to Applegate on the right-hand side. Applegate stopped, big hit by number 71 from Finneytown, Travis Mercer. Read the play, slid out, made a great tackle. Great one-on-one tackle of Applegate and stopped him from turning the corner. It's gonna be a gain of 1 for Applegate.
First and 10 here, Jim. What do you think we're going to see, a run or a pass?
With Lockland, they've only thrown 2 passes, but, I talked briefly to the coaching staff. They said they might air it out a little bit more. McKinley in the game Corner under center. Applegate on the left-hand side. Straight up to Miner off the right-hand side. Actually lost his footing. It looked like he had the hole. And actually falls down after a gain of about 2-3.
Yeah, he might have lost his footing there. The field looks like it's really in pretty good shape, but they've been playing on it now for 2.5 hours. And as those spikes keep getting ground in the dirt, it does get a little slick out there.
They're going to give it a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Steve Brown brings in the play to Cromer.
3rd and 7. This is big for Finneytown, big for Lockland. We'll see who's bigger for right now.
They're sending Miner split left, wide. Applegate in the backfield this time. Cromer back to pass, 3-step pass, underthrows tremendously. Had Stanley wide open down the right-hand side. Stanley Hunter just unable to air the ball out to him. I don't know if it was miscommunication or Cromer thought he was running a little hook.
Yeah, that was miscommunication. Cromer thought he was running the 10-yard out, and Stanley thought he was running the post or the fly. He had single coverage, so either way, I don't know who was at fault. I mean, you don't like to, this is just high school, you don't like to blame fault on anybody, but it was definitely miscommunication.
Well, this forces Lockland to punt. Steve Brown in the backfield to kick it away. Back to receive for Finneytown is Jason Herod. High snap. Throws a pass. That's caught by, oh, we gotta leave a block here. It's a handful of things. Mike McKinley, the receiver on the pass. Well, let's see what happens.
Special teams, Jim, is killing.
Huh?
Special teams
You
is
said that
killing
earlier.
Lockland tonight. Killing them. We've seen
Definitely
2
so.
fumbles, a muffed squib, and now the muffed punt.
Well, that was just definitely snapped over Steve Brown's head. He was able to pull it down, but when he looked up, he saw 4 Finneytown defenders. Did the best thing he could, and just ended up throwing.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the penalty's going to go against Lockland. Obviously, Finney's going to decline it.
Wow. Motion, blocking below the waist. Finneytown benefiting from everything. A bad snap, turnovers, and penalties. They'll take over the ball on the 40-yard line of Lockland.
This could be the knockout punch here.
It definitely could, with Finneytown leading 17-7. Just over 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Lockland's not the type of team, I don't think, that scores in bunches. So I don't think they can go down by two touchdowns or so.
Chenault with the give straight up the middle. Met head on early by Mike McKinley and another couple of tacklers for Lockland. McKinley was the receiver on that attempted 4th down try after the high snap. Finneytown bringing it out. Chenault in the backfield, split out right. Our twins from Finneytown. Garner with the option. That's Ogletree with plenty of space to go. Eludes 1 tackler and then just picks up 1st down.
Haven't seen the option tonight. Works to perfection there. That's exactly the way you're supposed to run the option.
Ogletree does a great job.
12-yard pickup by
Garner
Gary
holds
Ogletree
on to it at the last second. Says out. Ogletree turns the corner. Amara, you can see it from right here. He's got plenty of room. That was Applegate on the tackle for Lockland. Brings up 1st and 10. Ogletree with the right-hand side. Actually, that's going to be a gain of 2 for Ogletree.
We didn't see Ogletree on offense in the first half, but getting some work here. He's been impressive.
It's about, what, 6 carries so far in the 2nd half.
Yeah.
We're going to give him a gain of 5. Bring up 2nd and 5 for Finneytown. Matt Warner into the game.
Another one of the youngsters, only a sophomore, is Ogletree, only a sophomore. Well, by the time these guys are seniors, they're going to have a heck of a little squad here, aren't they?
Well, 6 foot, 190 pounds as sophomore.
Yeah, I've never been
is
6
running.
foot, and I've never been 190 pounds, so I say little squad.
Concession stands are open. We have
took me my senior year to get to 190. But, I mean, his running instincts are impressive so far as a sophomore.
Oh, yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, he's definitely turned the corner, and he's running with a lot of beef behind him right now.
Yeah, he and Hurd and Gardner and Warner, yeah, all of them, they definitely have some instincts.
Toss to Hurd on the right-hand side. Has an opening, able to press through it a little bit. Steve Brown able to slow him down initially until he's able to get some help from number 57, David Souter.
First down, Wildcats.
Just
We're
a
gonna
called pitch.
Yeah, it's just your straight pitch to the right, but excellent blocking up front, and Hurd does the rest.
Actually, I'm sorry, that replay showed Stanley Hunter is the one making the tackle on it.
Working at first and goal to go from the 5 here with Finney up 17-7.
Another long, drawn-out drive, not going a lot of distance because of, you know, the turnover, the benefiting of downs,
This drive started at the 44.
but definitely taking time off the clock. Gardner under center, quick handoff to Hurd, counter tray back to the right-hand side. He's down, touchdown. Touchdown, Finneytown. Just impressive, all effort on Hurd there. I mean, he was stopped. and
Chris
just kept
Moses
his
in to
feet
try the
moving.
extra point.
Here we'll see the replay. Off, supposed to go off left tackle, saw there wasn't any room, just went straight up the gut, used his incredible strength to get into the end zone to put Finney up 23-7. This is unexpected, Jim. We thought it'd be a little tighter game than that.
Well, especially with Lockland putting as many yards on the ground as they did in the first half.
Right, they could easily get 350 yards on the ground tonight and lose. You don't see that very often.
Point extra is good. So Finneytown continues to increase its lead. Now 24-7 with 3 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the third quarter. This Waycross production between the Finneytown Wildcats and the Lockland Panthers.
Yeah, I think it's not to take anything away from Finneytown because they have played very well tonight. But I think it's a different ball game if Lockland holds on to the ball and just doesn't make the mental mistakes. We said going into it, they're both young, and it looks like Lockland made more mistakes. And, I mean, that's why they're losing by 17 right now.
I agree with you on that, and I think the other reason why Finneytown is up by so many points is really Waycross. For the past few years, I've been able to do the Finneytown games. And Finneytown has not lost any game that Waycross has won here in their hometown, in their home stadium. Last year they had a nice win. The first year that I saw, they ended up beating Madeira, and Finneytown's just been playing well at home.
Well, I think you need to tell Rob Amadio that. I think he's going to hire you and Waycross.
Well, luckily Waycross is
For
back
life.
here next week
Yeah.
for the next game. So it could be Finneytown opening it up with 3-0 if their Waycross superstition, if you will, continues.
We appreciate Finneytown and the fans and everyone involved to allow us to bring you this game courtesy of Waycross.
Definitely. Well, the fans of Lockland too. I mean, that's a pretty good crowd over there for a visiting team.
Yeah, what is there, about-
Everyone's usually here.
About 7,500 people there. There you see them. A little downtrodden right now.
Well,
Their team down
selling a lot of
24-7.
stuff at the snack bar right now.
Right.
Lockland set back to receive. Swift kick by Finneytown. Picked up by Applegate after a touching-up man. Able to elude 2 tackles, make a cut. He's actually still got some running room. If he can break 1 tackle here, the kicker again pulls him down. But this time, Applegate able to hold on to the ball. Does get into Finneytown territory about the 48-yard line.
We're going to see the replay. Applegate's down, but here you see him pick up the ball. He is lightning in a bottle. Every time he gets the ball, he is a threat to go and take it the whole way.
Let's
As you
watch
see
his
here,
knee
just
here.
missed tackling, first of all, by Finneytown, but also nice moves by Applegate.
See
You'll
if
see
we
him
can
break a
slow it down
tackle
right
here.
because he's holding his knee right
See if we can see it.
there.
Number 6, Chris Applegate.
That did twist underneath him. He was finally able to kick it out.
He
He's
is
still
still
down on the other
down.
side. It looked like he might have hyperextended it, stretched it back a little bit farther than what he's used to. Lockland's ready to come out. They thought that maybe they could roll them off to the side. It's surprising because Applegate has been such a strong force for Lockland.
We're gonna take a look at the replay again. It's super slow. You can see his left leg just gets caught underneath him.
Well, at least his cleat released, so he's not stuck with cleats on the ground.
Right.
Wow.
Excellent shot there by our Waycross photographers.
Glenn Hartog with a great shot. Good line. Well, they've been able to remove him from the field. Cromer under center. Gives straight up the middle of Minor. Minor picking up another 7 yards, able to hold on to the ball. Finneytown definitely trying to grab the ball away from him.
We'll get you an update on Applegate as soon as we get one. He is still down on the Lockland sidelines.
Our spotters are on the way to give us a nice little update. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3 for Lockland at the gain of 7 from Minor.
Hey, don't get too greedy for a touchdown, all right? You're going to be thinking touchdown, all right?
Butch Haney brings in the signal. Croner up to center. Minor in the backfield. Hand off to Minor on the right-hand side. Stopped actually at the line of scrimmage. Finneytown pretty much knew that one was coming. Nice tackle by number 67, Nate Brown.
Nate Brown there shed his defender. That's one of the first times tonight we've seen a Finneytown defensive lineman shed their tackles and make good plays. There's been pretty big holes tonight.
I agree with you, but nothing there but red. Well, Lockland's still at 3rd and 3.
You got to believe at some point, Jim, Lockland has got to think about taking it to the air. Down 17. It's a little difficult with a little over a quarter to play to get back into this game.
Quarterback sneak around the corner, going absolutely nowhere. Kind of looked like a busted option there. Some definite excitement by Steve Thompson.
Yeah, that's big old Steve Thompson there, a junior, 6'2", 210.
Travis Vester also went on that tackle. Mario, is this just a busted play?
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know if it was supposed to be a quarterback sneak or, well, the quarterback thought, yeah, he definitely wanted to give it, and his backs weren't cooperating. It was a busted play.
Lockland set to kick. Number 4, Steve Brown back to boot it away. Parent deep for Finneytown. The other man is Michael Harris.
And if you haven't been with us all night, which shame on you first of all, but you're about to witness some Lockland special teams. It sure has been an adventure, hasn't it, Jim?
That looks like Lockland's taking a timeout here, bringing back on Cromer and David Chowder. They're going to talk this one over. Again, down 24-7 with 51 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Finneytown just being able to capitalize on turnovers and bad penalties that have been the fault of the Lockland special teams and defense.
And if you're Lockland, maybe you're thinking, we've snapped the ball to the punter. It's gone over his head. Maybe let's roll the ball to him this time. There's a young fan looking on. Hey, Tigers.
But I'm a little surprised, well, rather impressed, I would say, by the talking that Finneytown must have gotten during halftime because of the amount of yardage that Lockland was able to get. It was, what, 194 yards on the ground, and Finneytown has been able to shut them down pretty much so far. Lockland still get a punt, but on the right-hand side is Cromer. Jason Cromer split way right. Minor out here on the left, plus us. Matt Warner covering him. Steve Brown, the junior, set to kick. They fake. Not sure what they were going to do with that one. Harris got the ball. Breaks one arm tackle. Bounces off another one. Sherlow just tried to put a shoulder to him. Didn't go. Lockwood tried to go with a little trickery there. Had the guys.
Here's a replay. Harris does a good job here of holding on to the ball. Watch as he almost loses it. Lockland was going for the strip down 17. You got to do whatever. Watch him hold on to it. Coaches will be happy about this. It's what they teach you early on in practice. Hold on to that pigskin.
Randy Sims with a missed tackle there. Lockland able to find a way to bring him down. Finneytown brings it out. They're going to start 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Matt Warner split right. Actually, that's Herod on the left-hand side. He's got 7. He's got 8. He's got a 1st down and then some. Jason Hurd picked up 12. Shade on the left-hand side with a lot of running and some good blocking out there.
Strong run. Here's the replay. All night, Finneytown has killed Lockland with the deep handoff or the deep pitch, and they've gone deep off tackle to the strong side. Earlier in the game, we saw them go weak side on that pitch, and it just did not work. And I said if they go strong side, it's going to be more productive.
But it's also good to have Steve Thompson out there, 6'2", 210, leading the way. Most corners are going to get out of the way of him. Garner back under center. Herod split on the right-hand side. Tall pitch. Actually, straight handoff. High tackle. Nice tackle by Steve Brown. Able to bring down Ogletree. That's Ogletree's probably about his 10th carry of the second half here.
He's run well. He was a no man's land there. Didn't get a whole lot of blocking up front.
But Steve Brown able to recognize it, come up and make a good tackle. Ogletree out of the game. Finneytown sends in Lambert. Lambert gives the play to Gardner. But before that, it's going to be the end of the quarter. The end of the third quarter. Finneytown 24, Lockland 7. Finneytown looking to continue.
Visit our concession stand.
Lockland trying to get the first
We
win
have
of the
hot
season.
dogs, brats, mitts, and hamburgers. Hot chocolate.
This is a key drive coming up here at the start of the fourth quarter for Finneytown. They're going to need they're about 65 yards away from pay dirt. I think if they can get one of the traditional, 10 to 15 play drives together, chew up about 6-7 minutes of this clock, even a field goal here, Jim. Lockland, with their inability to pass or their lack of, I don't think they can get back into the game. So this is a key drive for Finneytown.
I definitely agree. And last drive that Finneytown had was just over 4 minutes and was successful in another touchdown. And they had the ball on their own, on actually Lockland's 48-yard line when it started.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see a pass here. I think there's going to be strictly runs. There's no use in passing. You don't want the stupid penalty.
You don't want to stop the clock on an incomplete pass.
Often a turnover, leads to a series of turnovers. So I think if you just keep it on the ground, they've run well in the second half, very well actually, a lot better than they did in the first half. And so there's really no reason to pass.
Definitely. Well, Finneytown's got 12 more minutes before they can pull off their second victory of the year. Again, leading Lockland 24-7. Lockland's just trying to put something together here. They've got to put a stop to them.
Bring up
Ogletree
second and
is the
11.
Fullback for Finneytown. Garner under center. Herod out, split left. Actually, they give us the number 34, Kevin Turnford. Tupker.
I think it's Kevin Topker, but I think it's close enough.
I can't even see it. I've got it smudged on mine.
Yeah, I think it's
With a
Topker.
5-yard pickup.
There you see a good look at the Finneytown band.
They bring up 37 for Finneytown.
That's a good halftime show, wasn't it, Jim? The Finneytown band put on a good show at halftime.
That they did.
I saw some people in the crowd dancing in the stands.
Garney out to Hurd. Hurd off the left-hand side. Eludes a few tackles, couple arm tackles. Lockland finally able to bring him down. That's Cromer back in the game, bringing him down with number 50. Gertz on this tackle. That's Cromer and Gertz with the tackle.
We're going to see the replay. Well, if on 3rd and 7, you're going to hand it off. I don't think you're going to see a pass the rest of the game for Finneytown. If on 3rd and 7, you're not passing.
Well, it's good to see. I mean, it was a bad tackle by Applegate, but it's good to see that he's back in the game. His knee wasn't that bad. He actually got back on the field before we could get our first spotter down to him.
Yeah, that's a good point. We never did get that spotter to tell us what the extent of his injury is. There you see he's running briskly.
Garner with the deep handoff to Hurd. I'll tell you, Hurst is breaking some tackles there.
Yeah, you sure can't arm tackle that kid.
Stanley Hunter looked to be looking at the ground more than instead of Hurst coming at him, just threw an arm and was able to get through it. So a little bit over 11 minutes left to go in the final quarter. Again, Finneytown up 24-7 over Lockland.
Let's see what the referee is going to tell us. I don't know, is he waving to us? Is he waving to us, Jim?
Yeah. The penalty's going to go against Finneytown.
I think that's going to be a timeout, Jim. Or is it a penalty?
That's a penalty. That's about 15
Finneytown
yards there.
assessing unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Conduct has been called on Finneytown.
15-yard penalty.
Rob Amodio right now up 24-7. You hate to see that. You know, come on, guys. You've played well all night. No need for this extracurricular stuff.
I agree totally with you. It's going to bring up second and 20.
From the Finneytown
Say,
45.
go Wildcats.
Finneytown with the ball on the home
Say, go
45-yard
Wildcats.
line. Gardner with going with the full house set.
Go Wildcats!
Ogletree off the right-hand side, you think?
Go Cats!
No, I think it's going to be a pass.
Actually, get on that ball. Oh, they're going to call it incomplete.
Well, just a minute ago I said I don't think you'd see a pass, and that'll get you to wonder.
Well, Gardner looked like that might have been more of a lateral. It didn't look like it was too much of a forward.
Yeah, really.
pass.
That was really close. I'm surprised, some of the Wildcats didn't go try to pounce on that ball. I wasn't sure from our angle if that was forward or backwards. Oh, to be young again, Kevin, or Jim.
3rd and 20. Finneytown from their own 45-yard line. They got to pick up some few yards here. Gardner back to pass. Able to lead a few tackles. Good block there. Tell you what.
Big old number 77, Todd Carnes. It's the 2nd sack of the night. We're going to get a replay for you.
Brian Jemison with a good block here allows Gardner to buy some extra time here on the right-hand side.
Well, look at
Actually able
Carnes.
just to push.
Yeah, gets double
Brown
teamed on the
away.
line. Now look at this.
But
That's good
Lockland
pursuit. That's
stormed.
good pursuit. That guy's motor's always running.
Well, it's going to bring up 4th and 23 for Finneytown. Finneytown in punt formation. Able to get away a long drive. That's over Applegate's head. He's going to drive him back to the 5-yard line. Actually picks it up on the 2. Loses a handful of tacklers. Able to turn the corner. Actually bring it. Oh, we've got a face mask penalty coming up. Mario, I'm surprised. Once that got past him, that actually could have gone into the end zone. They'd be sitting on the own 20-yard line.
Right. Well, they're gonna be. You're right. They're gonna be fortunate though that they got the face mask. But that's good speed there by Applegate. We're not sure if this penalty is the 5 or the 15-yard variety, but we'll soon see from our zebra friends.
He's limping a little bit, but
Doesn't look like he's having any ill effects from that injury he sustained a while ago.
finally found the handle on about the 2-inch line. That got a little scary.
We're gonna take a look and see at the face mask right here.
He's out of hand out on the bottom part of it.
Yeah, there it is,
Oh,
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it. That's clearly, that might be 15 yards.
Lockland's going to take over just over their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10 with 9:47 left to go in the 4th quarter. Down big. Lockland with the, boy, that's just miscommunication between Applegate and Cromer. He was wide open there. The ball either floated over his head, hoping that it was going to be an out, or Applegate just...
Yeah, Cromer thought he was going to the fade, and Applegate was running the slant. Definitely miscommunication. We've seen that a lot tonight. You know, this Lockland team, we talked about it a few times. They're not a bad team. They've got some size up front. They've got the backs. It's just the stupid, the mental errors that are killing you. And coaches don't like that mental. They'll take the physical stuff, but the mental stuff they don't like to see.
Miner with the big carry. He's out close to the 45-yard line. You did have a good point there, Mario, as you're continuing on. Mr. Meyer just didn't feel like waiting for us. It's going to move the chains for Lockland. Can't keep our eye on the clock. We've got an injured Finneytown person.
And we've got a Wildcat down on the field.
Might be Michael Harris.
That's Ogletree.
Is that Ogletree?
That's Ogletree down. Yeah, they're looking at his left ankle, or his right ankle, excuse me.
Well, hopefully he'll be able to return to the game as quickly as Applegate was available to.
I'm not really sure what happened to him there, but doesn't look like he's in a lot of pain. Just, and you got the trainers coming out to look at him.
I think they've got that stare down pretty well.
Yeah. I think it's going to be all right. And here, a nice hand from the Wildcat faithful. There's a Waycross cameraman. Wave, yeah, there you go. There's a wave. There's another one. He's right below us.
4-7. Gonna be taken over on their own 45-yard line. Applegate in motion. Trying a straight dive up the middle to Warner. Sorry, not Warner. Minor.
That's Minor's again. You know what, Jim? I'm sitting here. I'm watching this game. And I look down at my roster, and I keep thinking, man, this Minor's kid's really good. I look and see. First of all, he's only a sophomore. We told you that. He's 5'8", 125 pounds. It's amazing. He's getting pummeled tonight. Yet he's got well over 100 yards, I'm sure.
Oh, easy. But he looks bigger than that, you know, in the full equipment. I thought he was going to be closer to about about $160, $170.
Well, he's definitely running like it that.
Croner pulls it down twice. Just can't buy any time. That is a big, big hit by Travis Vesser. Croner did have the time, pumped it a few times, just didn't even see Vesser coming at him like a locomotive.
Yeah, that's a stick by Vesser. Cromer definitely did not see him coming. You know, offensive linemen, or defensive linemen love that. That quarterback just out on an island, don't see him coming. They live for that.
Well, he was definitely living large on that one. Definitely had a good shot at him.
Sure.
So we'll bring up 2nd 11, 8:30 left to go. Final quarter. It's a pitch to Minor. Minor turned the corner. 11 to go. He's going to probably, depends upon where he ran out of bounds there. They're going to put him out on the 40-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
I'm a little surprised Lockland hasn't gone to the pass, Jim. And there's a Channel 5 cameraman. That's Scott Simpson.
3rd and 5, let's go for Lockland. Again, just a little bit over 8 minutes left to go in the game. Carter gives it to the second man, Minor through the hole. Got out close to the first down, depending upon the spot. They're marking it on the Finneytown side of the 35-yard line. He had to get him over the 35. Mario, I just don't think he got it there, depending upon the spot.
No, he definitely again. It's gonna bring up 4th down. They'll definitely go for it here. I think you're gonna see a quarterback sneak here. With less than a yard, it's usually a good bet. You don't want to risk, you know, muffing the handoff, anything like that, getting stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, it looks like they gotta get a foot over the line there. So that'll definitely give us an option to look at. Gate camera action there. Let's see if we can see some people busting off the line. Lockland with the quarterback sneak definitely picks up the first down. Well, you were right, Mario. With something like that, you definitely don't want to jeopardize it.
What I forgot to tell you, Jim, at the beginning, and to tell our fans, that I used to be a head football coach.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I may sound young, but actually I'm 35.
Cromer picks up about 1.5 yards. Moves the chains to be 1st and 10 for Lockland. Just inside Finneytown's 35-yard line. Stanley split right. Applegate in the slot. Cover under center. It's going to be a pass. Applegate out in the flat. It is complete. Slips, does not able to slip one tackle.
Great open field tackle, Kevin Topker. We've called his name a couple times tonight on defense. Here's the replay.
Kevin's just right on this one, able to stick and stay with them.
As we say, the hardest thing in football is the open field tackle, and as you see right here, perfectly executed. Kept his balance and took down Applegate.
Good hands. Good hands by Kevin. Wrapped not only the waist, but also had the shoulder pad, made sure he didn't peel away from him. We do have a flag.
I believe there's a flag down on the field. Officials are concurring as to who it's against.
Well, Mitch Minor's talking with the officials, but they've also brought in a Finneytown player. Just wait for the officials to figure this one out. Now remember, Lockland's already had one player ejected during the first half. See what we can
I think they're going to get a roughing the passer against Finneytown.
Well, that'll be huge.
In any case, that's 15 yards. They've had a couple unnecessary roughness, and I don't understand. Yeah, definitely. I think that's what it's going to be. They're talking to Lockland, saying, you know, what do they want to do with it here? Looks like they're going to accept it. If you're Finney, just with a little under 7 minutes left to play in the game, you got to wonder why they're all, you know, revved up. Just come on, guys, you know, just play well and just get out of here with a win.
Agree with you on that one, but I imagine being up 24-7 over Lockland, going for your second victory of the year.
Yeah, you don't need this stuff. You don't need this stuff, and the coach will be the first one to tell you.
Here's what we get from the official. Roughing the passer, Finneytown. We also got a penalty on Lockland.
Yeah, it's a dead ball foul on Lockland.
Now, the officials...
These might be offsetting.
But now, the officials are marking off the roughing the passer, now bringing back an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Offsetting, I think.
But it's probably going to end up netting... Ends up netting Lockland, what, 4 yards? I don't know if they took a baby step in there somewhere or what have you, but it will be first and goal. They will move the chains.
Yeah, I think it is. We're going to get offsetting, yeah.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Lockland.
Look at that.
Set, the ball moves up, and we got first and 10, Lockland. Mario, with just under 7 minutes left to go here in the game, Lockland finally decides to air it out a little bit. Not only do they complete the pass, but they also get the benefit of the roughing passer. I don't know where the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, I think it's a little late right now for Lockland. They can't continue to run the ball if they want to get back in this game.
They're definitely going nowhere.
It's number 61, Dave Herman, on the sack. It looks like now that the Lockland offensive line is starting to tire, don't you think, Jim?
The band is warming up. Again, Finneytown taking a 24-7 lead into the fourth quarter. Lockland hasn't been able to score since it was the second quarter. They were finally put some point on the board. It's definitely been Finneytown here in the second half. We saw Lockland run the ball quite often in the first, and they've had some runs here, but just not getting too far. Definitely a change in pace. Chroma under center. Minor in the back field. Quick. They just can't get the steps down.
Yeah, I think we see why they just run now, Jim. That pass wasn't even close. That's just a simple screen.
I don't know if Cromer got a little scared there from being sacked on the last play, but I mean, it definitely was a definite.
Well, I just don't think he's used to throwing the ball.
He just threw that out there. No one even had an opportunity to get it. Just under 6 minutes still left to go. Tall pitch to Applegate, right hand side, eludes one tackler, makes a quick cut back. Still on his feet. Spin move. I think he juked, what, about 7 Finneytown tacklers there?
Wow, who's Barry Sanders? Wow, that's a beautiful run on grass. He had about 3 jukes and a spin. They've got 2 very impressive backs in Miners and Applegate. We've got a Lockland player down.
Try to get his number here.
Is that the quarterback? I think that's Nathan Cromer down. I think it's number 12, Nathan Cromer.
Yep, Nathan Cromer. So he's downfield trying to put a block, allowing Miner to get a few extra yards, and might have just gotten caught up on the crowd there.
You don't see that a whole lot of a quarterback getting hurt on a non-sack.
Well, any player going down again has to go off for one play. So now we're going to be bringing in a fresh quarterback that hasn't even had an opportunity to take a snap yet for at least one play until Nathan can get back in.
And I think it's going to be Mike McKinney, a 5'11", 180-pound sophomore.
Well, if that's the case, McKinney's already been in the game a handful of times and actually is probably picked up about 4 or 5 carries.
I'm sorry. It's going to be Dan Nolke, 6 foot, 145 sophomore. Well, this is inopportune. He comes in on 4th and 3.
4th and 3.
So it's now or never for Lockland.
Nolke taking his first snap. Straight hand off to Miner. Miner picking up a couple yards. Not sure, depending upon the spot, as to whether or not he's got it.
I don't think he's got it. They needed to just about the 20-yard line. I don't think he got it, Jim.
They're calling for a measurement. Officials timeout. Now, last time we had a measurement by this, Finneytown had it by 1.5 feet. I don't know if this field sloped or.
It's gonna depend. It's gonna depend on the spot, but I don't think he got it. And if indeed it is Finneytown ball, the game's over with 5:15 left and up 24-7.
I don't know if this is even close enough for a left foot or right foot spot.
And
nope, not
short.
even close. Finneytown will take over on downs, able to stop and just short of the first down.
Well, we said he needed to get to about the 20, and looked like he got to the 20 and a half. So, Finneytown football.
Well, got to give Mitch credit. I mean, he did everything he could trying to get there to the first down. Just Finneytown able to come up, make the tackle.
Oh yeah, you can't fault him. He's had a great night. Him and Applegate both had a great night, but it looks like a little too late.
With just 5:15 left, we do have a timeout for an equipment problem. Mario, Finneytown looks rather aggressive there. Just ready to get started. Garner's ready to get the ball and move him down a little bit further.
Yeah, you always want to take those snaps when you're winning, Jim. When you're losing, that's a different story. You just want to go to that locker room.
Back in the game for Lockland, which is a good story to see. It's a high snap. Just wonderful running. Chenal just great running. Takes the inside handoff, able to bust through a few tackles. That's a large gain. He's had some great runs this game.
He sure has. He had the long run earlier. Just a freshman, as we said. There, an arm tackle by Mike McKinney is not going to get it done against this big bulldog. Kind of looks like Jerome Bettis out there, doesn't he? Number 36.
Without a doubt. Chenal in the backfield with Hurd is the eye set. Garner under center. Lockland's up tight. Hand off to Hurd up the middle. Avoiding a few people. Croner ends up missing a looping tackle there. They're going to give Hurd a gain of close to 5. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for Finneytown. Again, the clock continuing to run. Just now over 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go.
Jim, this is my first time. I'm not from around here. This is my first time seeing Finneytown play, and you know they've got some question marks, but their skilled players are excellent. And if you got excellent skilled players, you can get other players to fill voids.
Well, Kevin, had a good turn on there on the corner until he ran into a brick wall.
Yeah, that brick wall's name was Stanley Hunter, number 22. Here you go at the replay.
Hey, he's got a good
Watch.
turn there, and just boom, just held his ground and just extended through him.
Nevertheless, it's 1st and 10, 3:47 remaining in the game.
Finneytown continuing to drive, ball on their own 47-yard line. Tall pitch to Herod. Herod trying to get out on the left-hand side. Applegate sitting there trying to force him back inside. Successful. Which is the sideline, which Herod's most biggest nemesis on that one. There was a lot of Lockland players out there.
That's nice camera work there, coming right at you. Heads up by our Waycross camera person to get out of the way.
That does move the chains. It's a gain of over 10. Finneytown continuing to drive. Ball's resting just outside the 42-yard line of Lockland. Definitely been a different game in the second half from Finneytown. Seen them more aggressive, run the ball more successfully. Garner under center. Hurd is the eye back.
What?
Fake pitch, hand up, straight up to the middle. Chenault with the pick up about 7. Finneytown's just so successful in the second half with the runs.
Well, they sure are. Looks like Chenault's down. Yeah, it's the freshman, Michael Chenault. Looks like his ankle or his knee. It's hard to speculate, but walking off on his own power, that's always a good sign.
Chenault and Oakletree have just had wonderful second halves with the running. I mean, their speed, their ability to hit the hole, they're hitting it aggressive with their eyes open, looking for cuts. And as you mentioned before, I mean, they're just making the moves and picking up a few extra yards with either a spin move or a juke. And that's really been the big story here in the second half with Finneytown's ground game.
It'll be interesting, Jim, to look at the final statistics, but it's been all Finneytown. We don't need the statistics to tell us that.
Finneytown running the inside, caught up from behind. Just a great saving tackle. Is that Mitch
Just tackle
Miner?
from behind. That's Mitch Miners with the
Mitch
tackle.
Miner with the great
So we've
tackle.
seen him with some beautiful moves. He's kicked tonight. He's run, and then there at the tackle.
But Finneytown still able to move the chains. Kevin with the gain of probably about 15 on that play. To bring up 1st and 10. Ball resting just on the 15-yard line of Lockland.
That clock continues to run.
Garner set his eye. Handoff straight to him through the middle. Cuts up. Lockland just all over it. Cromer in there still fighting for Lockland. Not been able to do so much in the second half on offense, but at least he's been able to pull a few tackles there, Mario.
Yeah. There you see Hurd with the nice moves. Which he's shown us all night, being able to weave in and out of would-be tacklers.
Lambert coming into the game for Finneytown. Lockland's defense just looks rather tired. They've been out there. I mean, Finneytown's drives have been long, sustained.
Yeah, they're taking a pounding all night. That running game just wears on you. And right now, it's just like, get this game over with. A minute 39 must seem like an eternity.
And Finneytown's offensive line, give them credit. They're continuing to open up the holes. The running backs for Finneytown are having no problem getting through. It's like a reverse of the first half. Herod out here on the left-hand side. If he
He's
can
got
turn the corner,
blockers.
he's in for a touchdown. Herod just speed enabled him to get past Todd Carnes. That's a 15-yard touchdown for Finneytown, and Finneytown continues to put points on the board.
This is his second touchdown of the night. As you see, as we've said all night, the pitch, strong side. He's got blockers out in front of him, just uses his natural
Look at his
ability.
eyes. He's seeing that end zone.
He's in the zone tonight, Jim.
That's just another strong run.
Makes the score 30-7. Ready to tack on the extra point is Moses.
Nick Flick in to kick the extra point. That's a high snap, fumbled. Big tackle. Big tackle by Lockland's number 16, Mike McKinney. We do have a flag on the play. Finneytown just very impressive here in the second half with their running game, their execution. This is really the first mistake that we've seen by Finneytown in the second half. Just a high snap, just couldn't get it down. And just a crushing blow by Mike McKinney. Nick Flick looked up and all he saw was goal.
If you're just joining us, first of all, the game's almost over and you're too late. But second, we'll give you a little recap. First half, it looked like Finneytown came out, was really fortunate to get some turnovers, led 10-7. Second half, Jim and I thought that Lockland would just ram the ball down Finneytown's throats, and it's been the opposite tonight. Lockland has had the ball very little, and Finneytown has taken advantage of all their turnovers.
Able to get it down, and it is good. Flick is able to push this one through after another high snap. Finneytown's holder, Jason Gardner, able to finally put this one down after it almost hit him in the helmet again. And Finneytown goes up 31-7.
Complete domination in the second half.
Just unbelievable. But again, it's a blessing of having Waycross for Finneytown on their home turf.
So it looks like the Finneytown Wildcats will go to 2-0 in the CHL with an impressive 31-7 win over the Lockland Panthers. And unfortunately for the Panthers, they'll fall to 0-2 in the Miami Valley.
Which is just amazing with the amount of running game that Lockland had in the first half. I know we keep talking about it, and really Lockland hasn't had a chance to have the ball that much in the second half due to the long drives by Finneytown. I'm still really amazed that Finneytown was able to work off 4 minutes off the clock early in the second half when they started with the ball just inside Lockland's 49-yard line, and actually it had a long pass that would capitalize for the touchdown. The Finneytown set to kick off. Back for Lockland is Applegate and Minor. Both of them have seen, I don't think they've been out for more than a play or two.
And you know, this game really, people look at the final score and say, wow, you know, Finneytown crushed them. It's a closer game than that, especially in the first half. I think what the problem was, Lockland, when it relies on its running game, it got down so far that it's impossible to come back when you rely on the ground game.
Lockland with problems handling the kickoff, finally picked up by number 16, Mike McKinney. McKinley had the nice tackle there initially on the first point after on the last touchdown. He's able to finally pick up the ball here and pick up a yard or two. Minute 16 left to go in the game. I think Lockland here would just like to put some point on the board. I mean, have a nice, long drive, run out the clock if need be, but at least put some points on the board.
I think they're going to bring the subs in the game, to give them a little action here with a minute 16 left.
Still see a lot of good people from Finneytown, and original starters still left in the game.
They sure have not left. Beautiful night for football.
Dan Nolde still in this game. Oh, it's a heck of a pass. Nolke strings it out for Minor, unable to come up with it. But it is definitely a switch by Lockland, keeping him in the game and letting Jason Cromer sit.
So Rob Amodio, the head coach of Finneytown, got to be very pleased with his kids tonight.
Oh, I would agree, especially too in the second half. I imagine that was a pretty good pep talk that he gave to him at halftime. Lockland coming out, 2nd and 10. Chris Applegate close to us here on the right-hand side. Nice flat pass out. They're going to roll it incomplete. Intended receiver for that was Butch Heine.
And I'm wondering, the guys in the booth, if we can get a shot of the Finneytown cheerleaders, because they are so important to a football team and to sports in general.
Oh, here it's going to be our girls. You asked?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, they, they train and work as hard as the guys. They really do. And the guys appreciate it. I mean, I know my time when I played sports, we like the cheerleaders. They're there to rile us up and, really get us into the game.
Lockland looking at 3rd and 10. We got a flag already on the play. Applegate wide open, does get to make a nice catch. Face mask there, eludes couple tackles. Now it's just going to be a sprint race. Caught from behind by, looked like Matt Richardson from Finneytown, able to catch it with a little taunting there at the end. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Andrew Richley.
2 flags on the play. 2 flags on the play.
And Jim, I think there are 2 flags on the play as Applegate's still down.
That's Applegate's leg again. It's a separate leg. It's not the same as before. So, Mario, just wave out to our fans there. Just let them know what you look like. Let these cheerleaders know what you look like. So you've been talking about them for most of the game. So again, Applegate going across on his own power. Limp seems to be disappearing the closer he gets to the sidelines.
I think we're going to get a word on the what the flag's all about there, Jim.
They have a handful out there. I always thought Sunday was laundry day.
So 56 seconds left. It's all elementary at this point. Just winding down, run down the clock, put an end on this game.
Well, the ref is sitting there talking with the Lockland players. I don't know if he's trying to discuss what options they have or what we're looking at. See, the officials can give us a little insight as to what's going on now.
Well, we never did get the penalty, Jim, but obviously it was against Lockland,
Looks like
as
they
the
were
play
all
did not
standing.
stand. So, wow, tough luck. That's the way the night's gone for Lockland.
Oh, it's a nice catch by Applegate. Lockland again going to the air. A different style. I mean, Dan Noakley is definitely putting the ball in the air. He's been successful in hitting Applegate down the right-hand side, but his passes out to the flats continue to be high, just the way Cromer was.
As you take a look at the Finneytown sidelines, a very happy bunch over there, and rightly so.
A lot of bell ringing on this side. Lockland's going to take a timeout. Down with 53 seconds left to go. Finneytown looks like they're starting to get ready to celebrate here on the sidelines. Players had some really good games, a lot of good running by Finneytown, especially in the second half. Very impressed.
You know, Jim, football is such a tough game. You practice, unlike any other sport where you play 3, 4, 5 games a week, football is the one sport where you play 1 game a week and you practice all week for that game. And to come out and win 31-7, it caps the week. It really does. And now these kids can, prepare for next week's game. And to lose a game when you've practiced all week for it, it's disheartening. It really takes the wind out of your sails.
Well, it makes Monday's practice a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I usually have a tendency to sit and watch a little bit more film on Mondays after a win than you do after a loss. Yeah,
and a win probably keeps this guy from yelling quite as much.
I still would like to know what he said during halftime, because it was definitely a different Finneytown that we saw in the second half than we did in the first.
Oh, there we go.
Just trying to put pieces together here, the final minute. Not sure if we're going to continue to see their passing. It seems that they've gone more to the passing since they've switched quarterbacks.
Well, it's 4th down here. Obviously, if they don't get the first down, Finneytown will just get the ball and take a knee.
4th and 10. Shane handoff to the first back. fighting for every inch he can. Again, Mitch Miner just fighting for every inch. He's pulling at least 3 Finneytown players with this one.
And this right here is what makes high school football so great.
Just
He's
like
down 24
drive.
points. He doesn't pick up the first down, but yet he struggles. You know, I mean, that's what makes it great. That's why people love high school and college sports so much.
Great leg strength. I mean, it's amazing still that he's only 125 pounds and dragging. I mean, he's probably dragging about a 250-pound guy there, just pulling back with sheer arm strength and weight. Finneytown rallying the troops up. Might see some substitution in the last 46 seconds here. I mentioned Finneytown's not going to be shy. They're looking to bring in a new quarterback. Andrew Richley is sitting there warming up, taking snaps from Sean Howard. So Garner's probably going to sit out for the rest of the game with just 46 seconds left. Get some new snaps, get some fresh legs in there, get a lot of clean uniforms coming out right now.
There you see a nice aerial shot from our Waycross blimp.
Final instructions
And
being given
I
to
think
Kevin
Coach
Burton.
Rob Amadio just got the drenching. He's looking a little wet down there, Jim. That's good to see.
The coach doesn't want to feel those in November, December, though.
Yeah, if he keeps wetting, I think he'll stay wet all the time.
Finneytown in a rather tight formation. Look like they're just going to take a knee here, which they do. We got a penalty flag here. I'm not sure if that's going to be delay or offsides with Lockland. It just seems that the Panthers really just couldn't get anything going in the second half. Not that they had many opportunities with Finneytown holding on to the ball as much.
Yeah, Finneytown came out with a mindset in the second half that, look, we're going to block up front, we're going to run off tackle. And, excuse me, they've done that. And they put their mind to it, and they've done it. And they've come out, and, you know, they've obviously outscored the Panthers 21-0 in the second half. It was a different game in the first half, definitely was. It was anybody's game.
Definitely. Finneytown with the legal formation penalty, moved them back 5. 1st and 10. They do take a knee. The clock is down to 28 seconds and running.
I think that's going to be the final play of the game.
Whistle's blown with 21 seconds. You're right. They're going to stay in the huddle. Finneytown shouldn't have to come out. This game is over. Big victory for Finneytown Wildcats. 31-7 over the Lockland Panthers. The Panthers, who looked quite impressive in the first half, except for a few fumbles that Finneytown was able to capitalize on and convert into points, is really the big turning point of the game.
And there you see.
And then a different Finneytown team just showed up in the second half.
Right. It's a happy bunch to see the clock tick down.
Again, Waycross brings you Finneytown Wildcats versus Lockland Panthers. Finneytown taking a huge victory of 31-7, moving on to 2-0 in their standings. Lockland, with their second straight loss of the year, is 0-2. I'm Jim McGinnis for Mario Barson. Again, a Waycross production. We'll see you next week here at Finneytown again for the next game. Mario, pleasure working with you.
You too, Jim. I hope you and Waycross both have me back. It's been a pleasure.
I look forward to seeing you shortly.
This has been a production of the Waycross Community Media, the Access Partnership of Forest Park, Green Hills, and Springfield Township. Opinions expressed are those of the program's participants and do not necessarily represent the Community Programming Board, volunteers and staff of the Waycross Media Center, the community governments, or the cable company. If you have questions regarding this program, or if you would like to participate in the activities of Waycross Community Media, call 825-2429 or write Waycross Community Media, 2086 Waycross Road, Forest Park, Ohio 45240.